My name is Captain Tyreece Miller, Tyreece, Miller, Miller, Jackson Police Department, and I supervise the Criminal Investigation Division. We are the agency, and our division investigated the homicide of Olivia Greenlee. I know you all just experienced the arraignment, and you've been provided with the affidavit, which has a lot of detail in it. Right now, I will try to answer any additional questions you may have.
Is there a motive?
Right now, the motive is still under investigation. We have something that's developing, and right now we're pursuing that.
Can you tell us where they ate the night before?
They ate at Quiznos.
Has he admitted to anything other than what's on the affidavit?
The affidavit contains pretty much what his statement was.
All right. Who is his attorney? Has he been appointed one yet?
Well, this morning the judge appointed the public defender.
Do you know who? Yeah.
The public defender is Mr. George Googe.
Okay.
He is the elected public defender. I'm sure he'll assign, well, he could assign an assistant to handle it, but by being so high profile, it wouldn't surprise you if Mr. Googe handled it himself.
And that's G-O-O.
G-O-O-G-E.
Do you know if they had a fight beforehand or anything?
That's something I can't comment about.
Can you talk about their relationship? I mean, any history of violence with their relationship?
There was no reported history of violence. But again, in domestic situations, violence can be unreported. But I'm not insinuating that was the case in this situation. But just understand that sometimes there are a lot of things happen behind closed doors that might not necessarily be reported to police.
Would you call this domestic?
Right now, we are calling it a domestic violence-related homicide due to their relationship.
How did you all develop him, Mr. Pittman, as a suspect?
We knew what Mr. Pittman was wearing when they were together, and obviously he was the last person that saw her alive. And so when we went to speak with him, and we asked him to provide us with the clothing that he was wearing at the time they had dinner, once he deceived us, then he immediately became a person of interest.
Can you talk about the clothing? Or did he provide you with the wrong clothing? I mean, can you talk about that?
Well, just that from the video surveillance from the restaurant, we knew what he was wearing, particularly a jacket. And when we went to him and asked him to provide us with the jacket, he then provided us something else, something different than we knew he was wearing.
So he not only staged the crime scene, but also continued to deceive you as well.
Right. He's charged with tampering with evidence, and that tampering is there's many things he did. One thing is we felt like he staged the scene. He staged the scene to make it appear as a suicide, and also the clothing that he was wearing at the time, he had laundered it, and we knew that we felt like it was an attempt to destroy evidence.
Were you able to? I'm sorry.
Can you talk about the timeline of finding her? This supposedly happened at what, around 7 in the evening?
We believe that they were together the Tuesday around 7 o'clock, shortly after 7, when they left the restaurant, and then they went to Luther Hall, and that's when the crime was committed. And her body was discovered at 7:40 the next morning, so she sat in her vehicle over 12 hours.
So he allegedly shot and killed her in the parking lot. The crime didn't occur somewhere else in the driver's.
We believe where the car was found was where the murder happened.
How many shots were fired?
One shot.
Can you talk about how she was found? I mean, she was found by a co-worker, someone walking into the building, or
no? He actually called security. He called security around 7 that Wednesday morning and asked that security check the campus for her. And once the security checked the campus, that's when they located her body. And then they immediately called us.
So security found it.
Security found her, but they were alerted. They were notified to search the campus for her by him.
Do you know whether there was any specific reason they went to that spot on campus? Why he didn't do it somewhere else?
Yes, I do know, but that's something I can't comment about.
And they were to be married. Do you know when they were to be married? Do you know?
I believe in August
of this year.
Yes.
And she was a senior. Were they both seniors? that union?
That's my understanding. I believe the college sent out a statement about that, and I believe I read that, but again, I can't. That's something I don't know factually.
Can you talk about how she was found? Why did you guys believe it was a suicide at first?
When you examine a crime scene, based on that examination, you form a theory about the crime, and it just didn't add up. Can't go into specifics, but there were things that we thought that you would find with a suicide, and they weren't there. And there was evidence that led us to believe someone else was in the car with her.
So you all have some things that you're continuing that are developing?
Oh, absolutely. This is a very complex investigation. We have many things to do. Our to-do list is very long, and we're just going to check that list off and keep working at it.
Can you talk about the gun that was used in the shooting? How did he get access to the gun? Can you talk about that?
Well, the gun belonged to his roommate.
And it was stolen.
Well, yes. I mean, it was taken without the roommate's permission.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. The affidavit says that he gave her the gun and she shot herself in the head, but you believe that he shot her. He physically had the gun in his hand and did it.
That's what we believe,
Okay.
right? But the statement, the affidavit contains the statement that he gave us. But the statement that he gave us and the crime scene, they don't add up.
And I'm sorry.
So we believe that he misled us initially, and in the second statement he continued to mislead us.
Gunshots to the head. I didn't get.
Yes, gunshots to the head.
Did they live together?
No, they both lived off campus, but separate apartments.
Wow.
He said he lived in Cherry Grove.
Cherry
Is that an
Grove
apartment complex?
Mhm.
They both live there, right?
Correct.
How do you feel about the no bond today?
I think it's certainly appropriate considering such a heinous crime. This young lady, just from everything that we've gathered, she was full of life. She wanted to live. Looking forward to several things: graduation, getting married, things like that. So we certainly think it's appropriate. Ms. Greenlee can't speak anymore, so now we have to speak for her, and we look forward to presenting the case in court.
Now, we're finding a lot of things out about Pittman through social media and Facebook, some youth groups that he was in and stuff. Do you know anything else about Olivia, just about what she did outside of school and that type of thing?
Well, obviously, something like this, you want to learn as much as you can about your victim. It kind of paints a picture and tells you who she is and things about her. And again, there was nothing that we found that led us to believe that she would commit suicide. She just, just the indicators weren't there. In suicides, you usually there's going to be something that leads you to believe that person intended to do it, but there was nothing there with it in this case.